Hi, it's Andy in New York from Sundial Consulting. I love this city. I absolutely love it. I love the positivity, the energy, the kind of get shit done attitude here. We at Sundial help people with confidence. We help people build confidence to fast track change in organizations. And I was reminded recently about one of the most powerful blocks to organizational change: collusive incompetence. Teams that collude together to be incompetent. Most of us struggle with change. Most of us find it hard. When change happens, we typically feel a feeling of shock or surprise. We go into a fight or flight mode. And some of us are just more sensitive to that than others. And when we see people, those people see friends or colleagues around them that start to embrace change, it's scary. And they're scanning for it. They're scanning for that threat. And when they see it, they feel the need to stop it. It could be subconscious or even conscious. These people may be risk adverse, or they may be struggling with some other change in their life or dealing with some level of insecurity. When they see change happen or start to happen in the team, they kind of embark upon a campaign of denial, and they start to construct a self-imposed learning block for the team. I was reminded of it recently when I was working with the team. The leader, the leader's leader, and the leader's leader's leader all recognized that this team was desperate for change. They were not performing, and it needed to be dealt with fast. Rather than performance management, the leaders invested in this team to give them the opportunity to kind of get through this problem together. It was absolutely obvious when we met them. There was low performance, customer satisfaction. There were dysfunctional relationships, people that didn't get on or didn't even talk together. They were very slow at making decisions. Their communication was poor. Once we started to raise the elephant in the room, start to talk about the big issues, you could see the people, particularly one, who didn't like the look of this, didn't like the look of change. Let's call him Johnny. So we talked about decision making. Your decision making is glacial, it's way too slow. And Johnny pipes in, no, you've got that wrong. That's unfair. We're really good at change. We may take a very, very long time, but when we get there, we make good decisions, right? Right, everyone? You know, and the room starts to agree, the room starts to nod. You know, denial is a more comfortable place. So when you start to hear people defend, sometimes it feels more comfortable to collude and join in with them. And then the leader says, well, hey, Sharon, what do you think? You never speak up in these meetings. I'd love to know what you think about this. As she starts to agree, yeah, I have been very quiet, Johnny jumps in again. No, that's not fair. Sharon's great. We love Sharon. She's a real big thinker. She may not say anything, but I know she has really good ideas. Right, Sharon? And then she starts to agree. Then we get to the break, and we start to see people that are still on the fence. They're typically surrounded over coffee and convinced that they shouldn't drink the Kool-Aid, convinced that this team's okay. And the teams start to come together. They actually start to become effective at blocking the change. And then there's Julie. Julie's back in the room. She's already started to embrace change. She's already started to do things she's never done before to help the organization move forward. She's really scary. At this stage, people start to look at Julie across the room. Julie, you've changed. I like the old Julie. What happened to you? You've been drinking that Kool-Aid. You're not buying this, are you? You know, we want you in. We're a great team. And even Julie starts to find that desirable. You know, we naturally fall back to our habits. And when you have your team support, it's even easier. So the team blocks the change. We don't make any further progress. And then, of course, the leader, the leader's leader, and the leader's leader's leader reconvene. And at this stage, they decide this can't be done. The team are blocking us. So what is our alternative? Then they engage performance management. So where Johnny thought he was helping himself and he thought he was helping his team, actually now they've got a bigger problem on their hands. So look, it's really tough. It's difficult. We all find it hard. But as leaders and as colleagues, firstly, you need to spot collusive incompetence. You need to call it out quickly, and you need to help people to feel more confident, to embrace the changes together, to support each other, to do things you've never done before. Good luck, and I'd love to hear your views on this subject. Bye for now, Andy.